Hello and welcome in. I found other music besides fall music slash carnival-y music. I see Steel jumped right in to the Diamond Dots today. I don't know what it is in Celsius here, but it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. But there's no windows open here either. How is everyone today, this morning, this week? We have sun, but it's a touch of nip in the air. I would love snow. Sadly, we don't get snow in Arkansas. Uh, well, we do, but it's just very rare and it doesn't last very long. Okay, where would we start? I'm gonna say B. Ah. Have you ever lived anywhere with snow still? I mean, I guess Florida has gotten snow probably at some point, but it's probably super rare. Was it a lot or just a smattering? Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I guess it depends on where you are in Japan, just like everywhere else. Like how much you get depends on where you are. Oh yeah, no, that's not fun. I guess they get a lot of ice here. They don't really get snow, but like I mean, I shouldn't say they don't get snow, but it's like a rare occasion that they get snow. And like I said, it doesn't usually last very long. But they get a lot of ice here. You get a ton of snow there. Yeah, that's how it was up in North Dakota. A ton of snow. Like all the time. Like blizzards in April were not uncommon. Really beats. Like you could get snow starting there anywhere yeah, like October and then through April, mid-April. You could get snow at any time. These A's and B's are starting to look alike. So I'm having to look very carefully that I don't accidentally put it where an 8 is supposed to go over. Right, yeah. Yeah, like negative temps, a good couple months. And I'm not talking like negative 10, it's like negative 20, negative 30. Crazy thought it was like he had such a like astounding like when we were there, because especially the first year, because people snowmobile on the lake because it's so like deeply frozen. And he's like, I can't believe the ice, it's so much ice, or the ice is so thick that it's like strong enough to hold people snowmobiling across it. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you come from somewhere that doesn't really get cold. I mean, people here think it's cold, but it's still like between 40 and 60.
This whole game is rigged.
A pine toe. I have a netball. Pokey catch. Netball. Yeah, do not question the method. Hey, if you find the method works for you, who am I to disagree? The small boy child has his last physical therapy appointment today. And then we see what his ortho says on the 18th. But his physical therapist says she doesn't think he needs to go anymore because there's no pain and he's running, which is all good things, but also not completely why he was sent to physical therapy. So we'll see what his ortho says in a couple weeks. Yeah, I mean, some of it was to rehab his knee from the current incident, but it was also in an effort to try to strengthen those muscles around his knee to help hold that kneecap on and hopefully prevent frequent reoccurring dislocations. So we'll see what the ortho says. Steel Fantasy was working on her deck last night and she says she made it better. Carrot said that's not fair because she needed to wait till you guys catch up before she tries to make it better. And that I'm a stream mom and that you are his stream wife and he is your stream husband, and somehow I wound up stream mom. I just want to let you know I am the least mom like not on stream. Like, Kevin can probably attest to that because he hears me talk in the background of my husband's games while they're all playing on and have like the Discord chat up. So he can probably attest to the fact that I am least mom like, and there's always like a running joke that I am going to poison my husband. For the insurance money, of course. I was like, okay, Carrot, I can be stream mom, but I just want you to know I'm not very mom like. I'm sure Kevin has heard my feistiness or my general personality, which is always choose violence, on the Discord chats enough to know that I am the least the least mom like person. Listen, girl, you do what you gotta do. Ooh, I forgot to turn on my. I always pull the dang closed captions up and then wait to start them so in case I'm futzing around, which I guess you wouldn't see them anyway, maybe on the start screen, but um, I always bring them up and then forget to turn them on because I talk to myself while getting ready for the stream, and I don't want you guys to see or hear what I'm saying, and then I forget about them completely. She just wants this coaster done so she can do a redeem and get it sent to her. Yeah, apparently I made it a competition to redeem these coasters by saying I would send it to like the person who picks like when I finished one and it gets redeemed again and the person gets to choose like which coaster gets done. Apparently by making it a competition like that, which was not my intent, I have now made it so like as soon as the cooldown's done, somebody else is redeeming it so that they can keep it going and fight over who gets to choose the next new one and have it sent to them. That was well. This one isn't her. This one's Crazy's. He picked, but Fantasy got one, and Carrot has one. I'm waiting for some sealant stuff to come in because I don't worry about it so much. Oh, I'm talking to you, and I've gone over past what we're supposed to be. Um, but I don't worry about it at home, but I figure like a little bit of sealant on it won't hurt, especially shipping it because you know the mail does what the mail wants. They're not always gentle, no matter how well you pack stuff. So I ordered some sealant just to make sure while it is, getting shipped, nothing like pops off or whatever. Um, Plus give it a little extra, cup sitting on it. Still saving. Well, I currently have a ton for you to choose from. I don't know how close you are, but yes. So this one is not hers. This one's Crazy, but there is like a massive like, I guess they all watch the timer and then scramble to press it so they get to choose the new one. That was not my intention. I just thought when the so close, so close. I told Nicholas I should make like a little list, or Crazy, that I should make a little list of like places that people, or strange places, I should say, that people have had me on and they were lurking or whatever. And I was like, and number one would be Kevin at a funeral. weird places I've been taken on stream, or my stream has been listened to or watched. I will finish these couple little beads that are in the tray because there's only 4. So that's what I got done so far. Of course, now the sun is going to be like, let me shine and make it so you can't see. This one's supposed to be Jolteon. I got Pokemon ones in, and apparently they are the hit. But we only have 3 bags left in our Viking Village build. Yeah, I just put the little coasters, one because a big kit would be like too long to do on stream. Like, and too big to take out and put away for just 15 minutes. And not everybody might be interested in watching me build a very large one, you know. So I found the coasters on like a random thing. And I was like, oh, I'll put them as a redeem. And nobody really seemed interested in them, which is fine. You know, you guys don't have to be interested in everything I'm interested in. Where would the fun in that be? But then when I was in somebody else's chat, I mentioned that I do them, and they're like, do you send them to people? And I was like, no, but that's a good idea. The original redeemer I can send, or you know, they can choose to send it to somebody else if they want. And now I guess that made it a competition. Not my intention, but whatever. It's now a fun little thing in the stream. Okay, so let me bring it up and show you. They have like a 3-in-1 Viking thing that I have looked at a couple times. Let me bring it up and get in the right thing. Web browsing, Lego. So they have like this 3-in-1 thing. I think you can do like a Viking ship, like a main stronghold type thing. And they had this, but it's out of stock, so it would cost a fortune. Let me see if I can find it now. I know it was a 3-in-1, but they might not necessarily call it Viking. Let me see if this was it, though. Yes, this was it. So see, you could build this Viking longship, or you can build this, or this kind of like dire wolf type deal. Let's see. It just says sold out. I wonder if they would have it at Target. 3/11/32. Wall or Target. Oh, it's out of stock. So let's see. 3/11/32. Walmart says it has it in stock. So I could definitely look for it at Walmart. We get paid tomorrow, so maybe I will go to Walmart tomorrow and see if they have, or like, you know, I mean, they say they have it, and it says what, like Amazon. Let's see if they have it. Amazon has it, and it's a little cheaper than it was at Walmart. And in fact, They have it for only 110. Let's add that to shopping list. Sorry, I'm bringing it back. I will definitely look for it or order it tomorrow. Says it said Walmart had it, and I made sure it said like the Walmart near me. An Eevee. So I will see if, according to their website, they still have it tomorrow. If Amazon is out of it, because it was cheaper on Amazon, and I'm all about saving the money. I need all my dollars, but I can definitely look for that because I had looked at it before, and really I want to because I want to build the building and the long ship. But I will settle for just the long ship since I have this, village already. So no pieces left in my bag. Move my box over. And I know it's a little like preemptive, but when I stream next on Friday, we'll also get to open the first day of the Advent calendar, which is not Lego, but it is brick building. So I liked that you could take the day, take the smaller pieces and then build something bigger with them. Let me. Sorry, my mouse cord does not want to move back.
You know poop is coming, but you know you have nothing to fear.
Woohoo! We caught it! Steel's gonna be so jealous because Eevee's her favorite, and she was not in here to catch the Eevee.
Click or tap the link now to learn more.
She's gonna be jelly. But I will definitely look into that long ship tomorrow, Kevin. Any excuse to buy more Legos. And truthfully, I haven't had my eye on that. Anyway. So I have like a love-hate relationship with the 3-in-1s because usually I want to build multiple of them. Like, I want to build the ship. And that, like, ideally I'd like to build all 3, but then that means I have to buy 3 of them. You know what I mean? So I have a love-hate relationship with them when, like, when I did the, what are they called? The Harry Potter things, the Patronuses. And then I did the Groot. Like, I love the idea that you can make more than one thing with the Lego, but everybody knows most people aren't taking it apart. Like, even little kids don't want to take it apart. They want to have all the versions of it. So I have a love-hate. I want it, but I also don't want to have to buy 3 of them. To roll away on me. But yes, I will definitely look into that one tomorrow. Then we could have a Viking ship and a Viking village. Okay, you little block. There you are. Right. So that's another thing. I could just buy, like, because I already have the instructions, I could do pick a brick and piece through what extras I have with what extras I would need. Ads are gonna start in about 30 seconds if you have ads. If not, disregard. But yes, I can do pick a brick too, and that's why I really want to get my Legos organized, like all our extra Legos, because it'll help with things like that. When I want to build alternatives, I can then just buy the pieces I need versus having to buy multiple sets. But my ADHD self knows that starting that project is going to turn into like 17 projects. And then we don't want to do it. Come on. In the bucket. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. I just kind of wanted it like that. Yes, that seems better. But yes, that is a big reason I need to get the Legos organized. And since Nicholas, or I keep saying his name, okay, ads are going. Okay, we should be back from ads. But yes, since Crazy has started to unpack his Legos as well and get his shelving up, there are things I had previously used for sorting before I unsorted everything to resort it. That got used to help transport stuff. So I can start using that again to help sort some of the stuff. So, hey Devonverse, how are you? We are finishing up the Viking Village today. And we already did some diamond dots. Steel was quick to claim it, like before I even really went live, I was still on my starting soon screen. But that's okay, because then we had it ready to go right from the beginning. There's wands in this set. I wonder how they're going to use them. Stop rolling away. Yeah, we finished this today, and then when we stream on Friday, we can start our first fall, or I guess winter / Christmas set, however you prefer. If you don't celebrate Christmas, you might not be ecstatic about calling them Christmas sets, but fall, or winter, not fall, / Christmas sets. Because if you didn't celebrate Christmas, like you were Jewish or just didn't celebrate the holiday, you could call them winter sets instead of Christmas sets. It would still work. Eat sugar. I do have 2 pieces left. But it's near the end. There we go. Come on. Sloth hood. Okay, let me get these windows in, and I will put the sloth hood on. Ah! Stay, window. Okay. And the Christmas headband. You're just doing them all at once? Okay. I thought I had it set up that I could just slip it on, but it does not want to slip. Okay, well, I can't do the Christmas headband and the sloth hood. So I will do the sloth hood for 15 minutes, and then I will put the Christmas headband on. Ah! There we go. Watch me struggle, Bassett. Okay. I'm stuck on everything now. Okay. So at like 21, we'll switch to the Christmas light headband. I have hard enough time keeping this on, let alone trying to wear them both at the same time. So I found out, can we raid local today? What do you mean by that? Like local brick shop? Because there is a redeem where you can choose who we raid to. I can't make any promises, but you can also, if you have enough points, pick, and then for sure we'll do it. But I'll have to see at the end who's on. They do not want to be picked up. Just keep squirming. Well, I'll have to wait to the end. I can't make any promises because it really does depend on who's on. But we can for sure keep them in mind. Hydrate. Okay, let me get these pieces. That's how I should have did the first one. That was so much easier. I have well, it's a Tarvis Harry Potter cup, kind of cartoonish type Harry Potter drawing people, but it's like a little bit of everybody. But inside, I have the peppermint mocha Starbucks cold brew, whatever you want to call it. I love it. I am not a pumpkin spice person, but the same kind of obsession that pumpkin spice people have with pumpkin spice, I have with peppermint. Peppermint coffee, peppermint creamer, peppermint everything. Maybe I did not get you on well today because you just keep slipping in front of my face. Okay. Something's different today because normally it doesn't slip that bad. I had a dream about this book I read wherein this guy joins the military, but he didn't want to leave his children behind, so he took his children to war with him. That's odd. I would think you definitely wouldn't want your children to go to war with you. I can understand the sentiment about like not wanting to leave your children and worrying on what you might miss out on, or like what danger might befall them while you're away, but I don't know about taking them with you. Let's see, what does it say? A Chinchu? I think that's how you pronounce it. Pokey catch. Oh, it only helps if I'm in the chat box. Well, I can have it if they let me have it. If you haven't done your Poke Daily and you do participate in that that I don't know, program, whatever you want to call it, don't forget to do it. I'll let you know I have already forgotten to do it today. I kept thinking about it this morning. I was like, when I sit down to get my stream ready, I'll do my Poke Daily. And I didn't. Woohoo, I caught it! Inside pieces. Outside pieces. Come on. There we go. See. Oh, I found you guys. I almost picked you up for a different step. You are not the right piece. Hi, Fantasy! How is your day going so far? Hello, Crazy. I'm sorry that Twitch is being twitchy with you. I know I normally try to message you, but I was like, nah, he always gets notified. I won't do that this time. And then it didn't notify you. Okay, let's see. It was this piece on top of this piece on top of this piece, and then this piece like this. Okay. We have about 6 minutes left on the sloth hood before we switch to the Christmas light headband. You have the trainer pass? That works. I can remember to do the Poke Daily about half the time, and then some, I guess more than half the time. But I will say that then sometimes I don't redeem it because I don't want it to be like all wonky at night. But then the next morning I don't do it either. So maybe it's that I normally have a bun and the bun helps hold the hood back. Maybe that's what's different today. I am bunless today. Oop, it says we need our wands. I'm excited to see how they incorporate them. Okay. Oh, we're making a door. Okay, apparently this was not the right piece. Because I still have things left over. Yes. That was the right piece. So Netflix has put young Sheldon on. And I love Big Bang Theory, and I love Sheldon. He's probably my favorite character. I like how weird he is. So that is my new binge watch, is Young Sheldon. Oh, I see how they incorporated them. That was clever. So, like hinges on a door, that's how they made the wands represent in this set. I will show you in just a second. So, they made it like hinges on a door. Make sure I'm putting them at the right spot here. Yes. So, it's like hinges on a door. That's pretty cool. There we go. I'll eventually figure out how to hold it and tilt it so that it goes to the camera correctly instead of more out of the way. Probably not, ever. I'll probably continue to always not get the camera part right. Just relocate. Okay. Nope, like this. Nope. Oh, like this. I will. Apparently, not so good on the figuring it out today. My day is going good. We are here and on time. We did a little diamond dots already. Me and Kevin browsed for a potential new Lego set already. And if you're going to blame anyone, you have to blame Kevin for the new set because he's the one who mentioned it, and I have no choice. I must accommodate my people. don't know what you'd want to call this, but it's I want to maybe like an awning type piece. Kind of goes on there like that and there. So maybe like an awning, but oh yeah, that's what it's gonna be, an awning. I don't know why they didn't just have me do 4 of them at the same time. Please. Lego, I have questions about your common sense sometimes. And I was asking Steele about how Carrot said they are stream husband and wife, and somehow I wound up being stream mom. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Kevin can attest that I am not very momish off stream. That he's probably heard me yell very inappropriate things while you guys were on Discord. He agreed. Your dream car is a Maserati? I can't drive stick, but my dream car is still an Eleanor. And if you don't know what an Eleanor is, we cannot be friends. Ugh. Okay. 15 minutes, I can stop pulling this up. Okay, Devin, do you want... Your mom has an Eleanor? I'm so jealous. Off, fast, medium, solid. Yeah, I can't drive stick, but an Eleanor is still my dream car. Kevin. You have to look it up. Look up Gone in 60 Seconds and Eleanor. Okay. Just a second. What pick is random? You know you want. I love Eleanor. I cannot drive stick, but it will not stop me. I could get paddle shifters put in. Listen, I did not bring it up. He brought up asking if they had a Viking longship, and I was like, well, Kevin, they do. Let's go look it up. I'll show you. So I have to appease my peoples. And he has been diligently saving to get to pick what we build next. So, you know, I have to accommodate my peoples. For once, I get to play my Lego set on someone else. Maybe we can get Carrot to get the set too, and then we can build 2 different versions of it, because Carrot wants to co-stream. Nope, you mentioned it, and I have to appease my followers. It's your fault. Ooh, I caught it. Boobs for the win. Okay, what do we got? A Scruppy. I think I already have him, so I'm just going to do a regular Pokey Catch. Hi, Ringbolt. Thank you for I can talk today. Hopping in and being a first-time chatter.
This whole game is rigged.
Welcome in to the craziness that is currently happening. We are building, or finishing up rather, the Lego Viking Village. Why do I feel like I missed something? Because I did. Excellent. I guess you could call me a variety streamer. I mostly do Lego, but Sundays I play. You're having a great day and are having fun build. We are having tons of fun building this set. This is about the fourth stream I've been working on it, but I think I'm finding my groove as far as streaming goes. As I was saying, I guess you could call me a variety streamer. I do mostly Lego, and then Sundays I play Hogwarts Legacy for like my long stream. I usually do it for about 5 hours. And then I also have different kinds of redeems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one of my redeems is to work on Diamond Dot coasters. And then the person who does like the person who, when they redeem, they're starting like a new coaster. When that coaster is finished, I then send it to them, or they can have me send it to somebody else. But either way, they get it, or else I'd have 5 million Diamond Dot coasters just littering my desk, because I love doing them, but I don't need to keep all of them. And I actually got the idea to send it to people from a different streamer, but I am always open to ideas, because who needs 5 million coasters littering their desk? Yeah, the diamond art, let me show you when I have finished. So this one is a Jack and Sally. So it's like the diamond art, but it's on a coaster. Yeah, they're wood coasters with the diamond dot on top. Are you a fellow streamer, Ringbolt? If you are, I always try to make sure that I do shout outs for fellow streamers, because we are one giant community. Ooh, we're making a desk. Ooh, okay. As soon as I set this in here, I will give you a shout out. Everybody make sure to check out Ringbolt. Shout out at... There we go. I will be sure to give you a follow and then check out your page later. That's cool. Yeah, I've been an affiliate for about 3.5 months. Been streaming in total only about 4.5 months. So I am still finding my groove and, figuring out different things to do. But my main thing is building Legos. I have an obsession, and as my husband puts it, I would buy them even if I didn't stream, so I might as well stream building them. Yep. Welcome to the madhouse. It's kind of crazy here. I am
This
kind
whole
of
game is rigged.
all over the place. So be prepared. Yes. My dumpster fire, which I can never get rid of. Ever, ever. If I ever wanted to get rid of it, I'd have to like pass it on to Carrot so he could have it. So this is the little, I don't know, building room, whatever that we just worked on. There's the front side with its little awning, and the back it's like a little desk. And that's gonna go on the front of the other building we made. So that went on the front there. And then we have our little door. Ooh. We're gonna build a bridge. So that's correct. It shows it with slack, and I guess it kind of does have a little slack, but not the way it looks in there. But however, it just may be that this is slightly bent from it being in the packaging, and that's why it doesn't quite look right. I do flight sim. Ooh, that's cool. Lego building art, Minecraft, chainmail armor, and jewelry, and sometimes other games. That's cool. I, outside of streaming, like I've never done it on stream, but I sew, and I used to do like machine embroidery, but my machine no longer talks to my computer because it's an older embroidery machine, and they are no longer like doing updates for the program because they've come out with so many other sewing machines since then. So they're no longer like upkeeping the program. So my computer can no longer talk to my sewing machine. So I don't do that anymore until I can save up for a new machine. But I sew like uh stuff for like hair bows and stuff like that, and I make like unpaper napkins and unpaper towels and lots of children's clothing and like little toys for kids. It's mostly kids stuff because I started doing it when I had kids, and when my daughter was younger I basically made her entire wardrobe. I love watching the like videos about people making the chainmail. It was cool. A girl made like a whole dress. So it was chainmail, but it wasn't your typical chainmail. She took pennies and pressed them and made them into chainmail, and then made like a whole dress out of pennies. Mostly the other games are racing and tank games. Flight Sim is fun. My dad did a lot of my perf. Yep. Yeah, it was kind of interesting, like a different take on chainmail. Yes, my father-in-law loved Flight Sim, and he'd do all kinds of modding, and he was like always playing Flight Sim. 246. These little things don't like to be picked up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it's this. One away. Okay, so all these with it facing away. Yeah, she had this like machine that would like flatten the pennies, and then she put like a little hole at the top. So they didn't really have like the face of a penny, you know what I mean? Like your typical Abe Lincoln. It didn't really have the face on it anymore. They were like completely smoothed out, kind of like just discs. And then she drilled like a hole in the top, like a tiny hole, and then put the, did them all together. It was pretty cool. I don't have a Discord server, but I am on Discord. Um, let me. I know that I am was worried. I didn't make a Discord because I figured I at some point would probably like not pay much attention to it. And I feel like everybody has a Discord server, and that's nothing against anyone. Listen, have all the servers you want. But I figured I could interact with so many people like without having my own. Does that make sense? Um Again, why does this happen? Chatbox, what is your deal? You're on top of the image. You always show messages. I don't know why it's not working. Because it doesn't.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Coconuts, diddly. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's on top of my image. Because I know sometimes if it gets like below the image, then it won't. But it's on top of the image. I have always show messages on. There's no chat delay. Show all the badges. I don't have like custom code or anything. Oh, if I knew how to make things change, I would. But I don't. Yeah, it's like the very first thing, so it's definitely not like under anything. Nope. I did something, and so I was like, now I need to test it to see if it works. But it did not work. Frustrating. I have no. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to troubleshoot it later. I have no idea why it's not working now. for my Discord, it's also not Book Lovin' Builder. It's I had originally went to Discord or created a Discord name, like account, whatever you want to call it, for because of a book group I'm in. I get art copies, and they went from Facebook to Discord because Facebook is stupid sometimes, and people can report you for all kinds of stuff, and on Discord they can't. So they went from Facebook to Discord. So I had to create a Discord if I wanted to keep getting arcs and reading that author like that. And so I did because I love that author. And so my Discord name doesn't even match this. It's a Steamy Book Mama, but I will gladly. You can message me, and I think I put it on my my Twitch. I think my Discord is connected, like my Discord name. I could be wrong though. That happens often. Scroll, you stupid thing. No, it's not. Okay. I will have to figure out how to connect that. But yes, I will attach my Discord if I can figure out how. And I mean, if more people are interested, I can definitely make a Discord server. It's just, I wasn't sure anybody was really interested. You know what I mean? And specifically me having a Discord server. But if people are more interested in that, that is something I can definitely do. I realized I put that up with the what may be considered upside down. I've had several people recently ask if I had Discord, so maybe I will make one. Oh, see that? Now it's got more slack this way too. Is it everyone or every other? It looks like everyone. Here the end.
This whole game is rigged.
Just Kevin with his rigged method. He yells at the game, so then it has to give to him because he called the game out. Okay. And then the other one. I'm not opposed to having a Discord. I just wasn't sure anybody wanted that. Or, you know, would want to. Hello, Carrot. How are you doing this fine day? Yeah, you have to call the game out first. You have to point out that you know what they're trying to do, so they give it to you. Me. Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't hear the Kevin one. I don't know what's going on. Listen, apparently nothing wants to work today. But the stream itself is working, and we have new music. So we're just going to leave it alone. Some days you can't have everything. feel like that's not quite right, but whatever. Did I accidentally put that building on wrong? Nope. Yep. We're trash can firing it today. Dumpster fire! Hush, Kevin, you do need your own intro. Yeah, it does have a... Okay, nope, I didn't do it wrong. Yeah. Right? You be quiet and enjoy the special things I did for you. Steel redeemed the diamond dart before I was even properly in. It was still on my starting soon screen, but she was like, "We're doing this right now." I said, "Really?" She just did it because she wants to that coaster to be done so that she can redeem one, a new one. Woohoo! Because it doesn't matter how many times, just that you pass it. Besides, they already said you weren't firing you. You got your 6-month eval yesterday. They said, we'll keep you. And it's like the military. Once you get past that original 6 month, it's hard as hell to fire you. Okay, now we need to put these like this. Yeah, like that. So, did that say 9? It did say 9. Fat finger syndrome. That happens, Kevin. I have child-sized hands, and it still happens to me. Okay, we're doing this 3 times. 1 here, and 1 here, and then across the bottom. I guess these are kind of be like sides or whatever for the building. Oop, I did move that. I thought they were trying to make that even. They're not. Kevin, you don't have to feel bad about assisting in my Lego addiction because Carrot was trying to give me a whole new hobby. So you're not the only one who Crazy may not be ecstatic about at the moment. Carrot's trying to give me a whole new hobby. Okay, that was these little side pieces. Yeah, typing in a phone doesn't help. I have swipe text, and still I'm like, there is no way. Like, how did you get that word out of what I swiped? just gonna do this. Okay, move this. Sometimes I swear pieces. Yeah, they were trying to get me to crochet. Like a whole new hobby. Like I already have like a whole Joann's in my house. I don't need to be adding like a second section from Joann's. I have like a whole fabric store in my house, and they're trying to get me to add crochet to my personal Joann's. Steele said that Crazy had already said that I wasn't allowed to have a new hobby, but that did not stop him from encouraging. And Crazy knows how little encouragement I need to start a new hobby, so he was definitely not on board. Right? See? They know. They know. Yeah. They're trying to get me to do it too. They're like, then we can all stream together and have a Stitch a bitch. Okay. That's what I missed. I even like took my camera down and showed them all of my fabric and stuff, and I was like, I'm not allowed. Like, no more new hobbies.
Thanks for voting. Here's the leaderboard. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
68%.
He will not do that. That crafting is not his thing. Maybe if you wanted to build models and paint them, that he would do. That's about as crafty as he's getting. If you wanted to paint D&D figures, but that's about it. Ooh, this is a do too. I should have just dumped these out. I feel like this step has all these tiny pieces anyway. I don't know if you're going to be able to sell him on that. Listen, nothing. I have an obsessive personality, so no. The kids cloth diapered because it was cheaper, and it was cheaper until I had to collect one of every color, and that turned into two of every color. Then clothing that matched and baby legs that matched. Yeah, no, it didn't become cheaper. I know this about myself. It will not be cheap. It'll be cheap for all of 5 seconds. Okay, Ring, have a great day and thank you for popping in. For trying out my channel and all its craziness. Ooh, that's right. It's going to be 2. If you didn't follow Ring, please give him a follow. He is a fellow Twitcher. He does flight sim and some chainmail stuff, all the goodies. Is anybody gonna try to catch the Clefairy? I doubt I'll get my timer ball thrown in time for it to count, so. Clefairy escaped. No one tried to catch it. Oh, yes, and he does Lego too, sorry. I was trying to remember everything, but my brain was not cooperating. Bye, have a wonderful day, and thank you again for popping in. So apparently my chat notification thing is kind of boring because it just says come chat with me while I build Legos. So I need to make it more interesting. Like I was thinking about like welcome to the madhouse. Let the chaos ensue. Because I feel like that's kind of what happens here, just complete and utter chaos. That sound, I don't know. Sound true, apt. Because I guess you want to entice people to come watch you with your live notification, and that's kind of plain. Did you roll off again? I thought I kept on. Jesus. Okay. We need one of you. Look at this flat one. The little dots look like pieces of wood. Of course, that's not going to work. It's not going to focus. And that's not going to stay on. Looks like little pieces of wood. How did you get backwards? I guess it would just be easier to switch that than to try to take it off and put it back on, but where did you go, Flag? I got a new chair cushion in the mail yesterday. I think we're on ads, or maybe we're coming back from ads. I don't know now. Hi, not so programmer. Not so. Okay, I will talk today eventually correctly. Not so pro gamer. And I know you're a streamer as well. Thank you for popping in. We're, as you can tell, all over the place. I am, I guess, a variety streamer. I don't know what to call myself half the time. So I do mostly Lego, and then I stream Hogwarts Legacy on Sundays. Oh, now it says ad break back in 30 seconds. So I will wait until we are back. I will find these pieces. Four, three, two, one. Okay, sorry about that. You came in like right as ads were getting ready to start. I guess you could call me a variety streamer. I do mostly Legos. And then on Sundays I stream Hogwarts Legacy for like a long. I do it for like 5 hours. But I also am crafty, and one of my redeems is for 15 minutes I work on diamond dot coasters, and then the person who originally redeems like the start of a new one, when it's done I send it to that person, and that's fairly new, so I'm all over the place, and we're just kind of crazy in here, and we go from one subject to another. But welcome in, and feel free to tell us about feel free to tell us about yourself and like what you stream. Yeah, we are playing it as like the storyline, and it like sorted me into Slytherin, I think, and then I just overrode it and chose Gryffindor. But I plan on playing all the different houses because different houses have different quests. So I eventually, I'm probably about 30-ish% done with the game right now. But in all honesty, I'm one of those people who runs around doing all the side quests and finding every chest, trunk, and hidden thing I can find before I really even worry about the main storyline. So I'm often doing other stuff, not the main storyline. You just watch me run around and occasionally set myself on fire. So we are actually on the last bag and almost done with this set. Yeah, like I'm just all over the place. I don't do a ton of gaming, like in general, but I do like to watch like other people game. That's not right. That's right. Well, we do that a little bit too. My other non-streaming thing is I'm a book blogger, so I get ARC books, which are advanced reader copies of books, and then I read and review them before they come out. And I've been doing that. Oh God, I looked it up the other day. Almost 10 years, which is like crazy long time to me. Like, how have I already been doing it that long? But I do have one of my redeems as book talk because I wasn't honestly okay. I was unsure about streaming altogether, but my husband's like, you build the darn Legos all the time anyway. You might as well stream doing it. So that's how I got into streaming. My husband was like, just try it out. People will watch you, and so that became this. And but I do have a redeem where I talk about the current book I'm reading, but I have to censor a lot. I have to PG a lot of what I read because a lot of what I read is nowhere near PG. And I try to stay all ages. I guess mostly I think I need to be because of Lego, but I guess I could not be all ages if I wanted. I didn't even really think about like what age groups when I started. I just kind of got on and started going. Because honestly, I was pretty sure nobody was going to want to watch me build Legos. I was like, nobody's going to do this. Nobody's going to sit around for 3 hours and watch me build Legos. Turns out I was very wrong about that. I off camera cuss like every other word is a cuss word, and sometimes I have to think about what shirt I'm wearing because my shirts even have cuss words and like maybe not appropriate phrases on them. Some days I get dressed and I'm like, am I going to have to go to the kids' school today? Because if I do, this is not a shirt I can wear. But I guess on stream, I kind of wanted to get, I don't know why. Like I said, I don't think I really thought about. Yeah, apparently I was very wrong. People do enjoy listening to me ramble and bamble about and build Legos. Apparently, I don't know anything. I wish it gave me a better. Yeah, apparently I'm doing something right. I'm entertaining somehow. Um, but yes, I honestly don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Am I doing? I wish we had better instructions for how to put this lip on. Okay, I'm not even on either side. But yeah, I don't think I really thought about like age group or anything when I got on. I just kind of started streaming. I didn't. But I guess my brain figured because it was Lego, we should keep it PG-13. But I don't even know. I wish they would have told me exactly where they wanted this. Nope. Note to anybody trying to build this last part they don't give you very clear instructions on. There we go. I do try to warn, like if I think a certain part will be a little difficult, or if I think if you have big hands it'll be hard. So I do try to. You gotta do Pokédex, exclamation point, Pokédex first to join the game. And then it'll give you a beginner Pokemon, and then you can do Pokécatch afterwards. There's also a Discord for it where you can do a Poké Daily, and it'll give you different stuff, money, different Pokeballs. Okay, let me move this book out of the way so I can kind of put this. Right, yes. So I will say about this set that I don't like the way it connects. So normally when you connect buildings together, you have those like little Technic circle pieces that you slip into a brick on either side and then it holds it. In this set, they use those little like wrench type pieces and they just don't hold as well. So that is a thing about this set I don't like. It doesn't, I don't know, go very well. Oh, and I just popped off pieces. Come on. I'm at the right spot all around. Maybe you're a little too far somewhere. Okay, now you went. But where did I pop these off of? So it's like there. And there. And I should have put that one on first. Okay. So now I'm popping all the pieces off. Why won't you stay on? What is it about that section? Okay. Yeah, the bridge is cool. I don't know what it is about these pieces now that don't want to stay on. There we go. Apparently, you had to have it just so. So yes, we got... Was it 3 or 4? No, we have 4. We should have 2 shield maidens and 2 dudes. Oh, where did I put my other dude? Did I put him inside? Or did he wind up... Oh, nope, he's over here. We'll put him up here in the tower because he has an arrow. So let me swoop. So it is a pretty cool set. Like, overall, I really like the set. I'm not crazy about the way they've connected the buildings together. I think it would be better if they connected them kind of like they normally do with those kind of Technic pieces. Let me see if I can. I probably have a ton of them in here. In my overflowing cup. Oh, there's one. So normally, let me see. So this is what they did use. Find an extra one of those. Oh, now you're gonna be sassy and I can't find you. There's like 30 of you in every set, and now I can't find an extra one. Anyway, never mind. But to me, it looks like a little wrench. It's got like the U thing on top and a handle. And to me, it looks like a wrench. And that's what they used in this set to connect the pieces. So, like, they use just like a little red ring, like this, in the middle connection points. And then the other end's just like a straight bar, you know, between two pieces. So when you set it at an angle, it's there, and then those little wrenches clip onto the straight bar and onto that little red ring. But normally they use like these pieces into like the piece that has the hole in the center, and you just clip it in, and that's how they normally connect buildings together. And so I don't know why they chose to do it. Oh, sorry, I keep moving it out of range, out of the camera view. Why they chose to do it that way on this set, but I'm not crazy about it. It does not, yes, to me it's not as stable as that other type of connection. And right here in the back they have one like flat, kind of like one up with the two dots on it, you know what I'm talking about. And it comes off super easy because it's just there near another piece. There's not like something underneath of it connecting it better. So I'm not crazy about that either, but overall, it is still a really good build. I love that you can take the little roofs off, and when you press this, it makes it look like the flames are going up and down. I think maybe that could have been made a little bit more interesting if they had taken one of the light up bricks and put it in there. I have the medieval blacksmith set, and in there they have a light up brick and still like flames on top so that it lights up everything. So I think that would have been interesting. Maybe I'll order one and add it. But it also may be that it wouldn't really fit there, so maybe that's why they didn't do it. But yeah, you can move it up, and then this looks like smoke coming up the chimney. And it's kind of snowy. You know, you got your trees with the little snow on top, and you can pull this one off. And in the center, they have like a fire, like cooking food, and there's the throne, and like extra swords and shields on the wall and stuff. So that's cool. There we go. I'll get that back on there eventually. And then you guys saw me build this. But I really like this set. It's a good set. Whew. We have like a whole hour left. What should we do? Stick this book down here where I keep all my extra books. So I built this. It was like a free with purchase maze, and I cannot do very well on it. Now I have to find somewhere to put that. Make a diamond art coaster. Okay. I just chunked that ball somewhere. Let me get it so I don't trip over it later. Shoop, shoop. Don't mind me and all my craziness. Oh, I popped the tree off. I'll fix that later. I don't know if Fantasy told you last night, Carrot, but she did not win the second match. Her brother did. So there's hope for you yet with whatever deck, but her brother has pretty good decks too, so I don't know if that should make you feel any better or not. Number 9. What is it? 20 after. So 35. Right? But he's got good decks too, so I wouldn't get like overexcited. You know, well, no. So Fantasy got on like a Discord Zoom type call and taught Steel and Carrot how to play Pokemon, not just collect them. So she used her fancy showy deck. It's pretty. It's got GXs and EXs and full art cards. It's a really pretty deck. But it's also a really crazy deck. Like it's a good deck. And so she used that to help them play their first game. And they were upset because when she finally did start attacking, it was over relatively quickly. But she didn't attack right away. She went rounds and rounds where she didn't attack them. But last night she had was like going over it and she's like, I don't know, I thought the energy was kind of wonky. So she fixed the energy and changed some cards around. And then she tested it against her brother and she won the first round pretty quickly. And then he won the second round because it's not like he has crap decks either. I mean, they actively played in the Pokemon League for a while, so they both have good decks. It's so I just figured I would let Carrot know that she did not win both games against her brother, but that does not mean he should hold out an extensive amount of hope for himself. But yeah, so now Carrot is like, I just want you to know that I intend to use all my adult unsupervised money to buy cards, Pokemon cards, so that I can kick your 14-year-old's butt. I said, that's fair. Well, when they were, let's see, it was 3, 4, about, I don't know, maybe 9 years ago ish. Probably longer than that, but not by much longer. We lived in Omaha, Nebraska, and the kids, we taught them to play Magic the Gathering over Christmas break. And then they got all into collecting Pokemon cards because they had made a resurgence then. And so instead of just letting them collect them, we took them to a local game shop and they learned to play from a Pokemon trainer. And they would go every Tuesday and play against other people, adults, kids, it didn't matter. And then they would play in tournaments sometimes, like when new packs of cards would come out, they violet, silver, scarlet, whatever. They would do like the little mini tournaments that were for like the new releases and stuff like that. But Carrot and Steel have recently really got into collecting Pokemon with the 151 that came out. And so we were teasing them that they were collecting all these cards, but then they didn't know how to play the game. So she said she would teach them how to play, and she did teach them. She just also took her best deck and showed them what it's like to be beaten. So now they're all like, we're gonna win. Their new life goal is to beat a 14-year-old at Pokemon. I just kind of laughed it off because honestly, she could be involved in way worse things as a 14-year-old girl. If her biggest deal is that she's playing other people, playing Pokemon with other people online while supervised, you know, oh no. right? So they're all like, no, I'm gonna win next time. I have to beat her. Okay.
This whole game is rigged.
Yeah, I mean, I figure as a teenager, there are way worse things she could be getting up to. So we're just gonna let it go. I mean, her brother really isn't that much younger. They're only 20 months apart. So there could be loads of trouble with them that close in age, one starting and the other tagging along. If all they're doing is playing Pokemon, I'm doing all right. Right? She's not trying to go to football games and doing gosh knows what there underneath the bleachers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm all right. We'll just keep letting the Pokemon be the focus. See, and you called Rig too early, so now you can't call it again. So how are we liking the new playlist? I found like a 5 hour rock slash metal playlist that is copyright free. Are we enjoying this? I know it is almost December, but I am not a Christmas music person, so there will not be Christmas music here unless I put it as like redeem for like you spent bits, you play the Christmas song. I know this music is not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. And I know there are like different like like programs you can use with your stream that basically Twitch has worked with these people, and you can, if you use their program on your stream, then you can play whatever songs are in there on their list basically that they've gotten approval for, kind of like Instagram and TikTok, how you can add the songs. However, I don't edit my streams per se. I just export them straight to YouTube. So I don't know how that would work. Like if I would get in copyright trouble over there then because of the song. So I've just been playing YouTube in the background with copyright free music. Crispy donut. I'll have to check that out. Because I just randomly search. I don't have like a favorite. And I played that fall one for like all of October and most of note of this month. So and I like it. I just was trying to find something different, try something different out because, you know, I don't want to play creepy carnival music in December. There's nothing wrong with creepy carnival music. I just figure change it up. Really? What is wrong with you? Stick to the thing. Fine. Or just get more wax. Don't mind me. It's one of those days. Maybe you can help me, Carrot. I know when you go live, your little notification says like the carrot has been unearthed. I need something like that for mine other than come chat while I build Legos. I thought maybe welcome to the madhouse, let the chaos ensue, because I feel like that's all that happens here is semi-controlled chaos. A, B, C. About 3 minutes left on this. Then we need to figure out what to do to fill the rest of the time. Because we have like an hour left. Something to do with books. But I don't want people to think that's what my channel is about. Like, you know, because Not So Pro Gamer thought that's kind of what I did too. Something with books. And I mean, we can totally make that a thing. I can find a book that is not too bad, or I can make it like 18 and up and then it won't matter. And we can read like a chapter a thing. Or if we don't want to make it like all the time, I can make it a redeem where I read a chapter out of that book or a book or whatever. But I don't know what to do with my I don't know, go live notification. Listen, I read it and I don't blush or anything, but I'm not sure. The blushing might ensue if I have to like read it out loud to people. I might have to make it so you can't see my face. Harry Potter? Yeah. But I could do that, like make that a thing where either, you know, once a week or just as a redeem. But I was trying to think what I could do for my live notification. Because right now, like I said, it just says, come chat with me while I build Legos or while I play Harry Potter. Like, I don't know if somebody wants to watch a whole, like, 2 hours of me just reading. And that's a long time to read out loud. But, like, a redeem or, like, once a week, you know, like the first half hour or whatever it takes, you know, either do a time or just, like, like every Tuesday at the beginning of my stream, I read a chapter or something like that. And like I said, I didn't really have any thoughts when I originally created the stream about like it had to be PG-13. I didn't even like think about it. So it's not that big of a deal to me to not be PG-13. Okay, since we have nothing else to do, right? I could do that. Like my go live notification. Since I don't want to start another Lego and we have time left, I'm just gonna finish this coaster unless anybody has objections or wants to do something else. Oh, I missed some C's. My hand must have been over them holding it down. Like, I love that Carrot says, the carrot has been unearthed. And I'm like, okay, I'm boring. I don't know what to put in there. That one's good too. I've been trying to like fine tune because normally when we have a new chatter or like somebody raids in, I'd be like, "Hi, welcome, thank you for joining me. I'm building whatever or we're playing whatever." Um, but I'm like, I never know. Do I call myself a variety streamer? I don't know that I really am. I mean, my two varieties are this or Legos or Harry Potter Legacy, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm like, I don't know. Am I really a variety? I don't know. I kind of like don't know what to say most of the time. So. Like, welcome in. I'm a little insane and I choose violence every morning. Welcome in. New Pokemon soon. Prime Ape. It's a fighting type. Pokey catch. Great ball. If you ever do get two of the same kind of Pokemon, they have a trade function. When you look at it, you can choose Wonder Trade. You can't then like pick what you get instead of that item or instead of that Pokemon, but it does allow you to trade it for something else, or you can just straight up sell it. All done. Crazy's Jolteon poster is all done. I think that turned out really cool. Like I said, it's hard to see like on camera because if I turn the little ring light on, then it almost like glares too much that you can't see. So it's hard to show how much it like sparkles, shines, glitters, however you want to describe it, on the camera. So, but let's see if we can get it to focus a little bit more. Just in time, your coaster's done. But yes, this is one of my redeems, and apparently by offering to send it to the person who chooses the design we work on means that I made it a competition, and now everybody's like, no, I have to be the first person, so I get to choose it, even if they don't really want the coaster. They just want to be the first person, so they get to have it or choose it. We have like 45 minutes left. I mean, I could end it. I don't have to stay on the 3 hours, but I started early today because I wanted to be sure that I was done in time. Because my youngest has his last physical therapy appointment today, so I wanted to be sure that I was done in time to not be rushing to finish the set. So I started a little early, but now we're done like 45 minutes early. So we have options though. Hi Sky Beast, welcome in, first time chatter. Oh, book talk, what am I currently reading? I have to look it up. I forget the title. Because this is the craziness that happens. I don't think oh, I can look on my phone. I don't need to look it up on the computer. I forget the exact wording of the title, and I don't want to tell you the wrong title in case you would like to go look for it. It comes out. I think it comes out Friday. That's when my thing for it is scheduled, my blog post. But sometimes they do like a multiple days. It's not just specifically on release day. You can choose your date. So let me double check. It's called Cherish Me Forever by Layla Hagen. And of course on my phone it won't let me like go look it up on Amazon. Yes, I know that. Let me look it up on I take it Carrot and Sky Beast know each other. Let me look up when it comes out. It is a romance. It is a it does release Friday on December 1st. It is a fake relationship book. So both the people in the book are kind of wealthy. She comes from a family that has a history in Chicago, like of being well known. They owned a chain of bookstores that kind of expanded. But now, like one of her cousins is a pro hockey player, another owns a hotel that she works at as the CFO, and her sister works there as well. And now they're like, they opened one in Aspen and they're looking to open another one. But anyway, like her family's very prominent. And the main guy in the story is like he owns like a fashion house. Like he is not a designer, but he sells clothing. Like he sells clothing at this boutique type thing, but it's a big deal. He's well off. Anyway, he's like 2 months post divorce, and somebody did this big story about how he's now the most eligible bachelor in Chicago because his divorce came through 2 months ago, and he hates it. Now everywhere he goes, these women are constantly hitting on him. So he's at a charity event that she is at, and her phone is ringing, and she's fumbling with the glass of champagne and trying to get her phone out, and she winds up spilling half the glass of champagne on him. And she's so nervous about this particular charity event because her ex, I mean, it's been like years and years since they dated, but they were engaged to be married, and he cheated on her with her best friend, and now her best friend and him are married instead. So like it's emotional damage, like it wouldn't matter how long, you'd still be pissed and have like an emotional reaction to seeing them together or them being in the same. And it doesn't help that like prior, like while they were engaged, they were working on opening this spa in the same building where her grandparents had like their original flagship bookstore in, because the bookstore is just on the bottom, and the spa would have been on like the upper floors. And so when he cheated, obviously she didn't continue to try to open a spa with him, right? She backed out, and so then he lost all the other like funding. People backed out because she backed out, and so he keeps trying to sue her over it to get money, because he does not come from a prominent family. Like he was just some investment guy. So he is going to be there at this charity event, and she knows he's going to start shit because that's what he does. He cannot leave her alone. He has to keep going after her like she owes him something when he's the one who cheated on her. So she runs into him, of course, at a thing, and he's like, your family can't run me out of town. They don't control everything, of course, acting like a 3-year-old. So she asks the lady, tells the lady at the front, like, hey, is there somewhere I can make a private phone call? And she's like, oh yeah, there's a second coat room we're not using tonight. You can go in there. Of course, the other guy, who's 2 months post divorce, is hiding in there too. And he's like, really, son of a bitch? And she's like, listen, dude, I need this room more than you. And she goes on to like spill her guts, right? So he's like, whatever, I'm gonna go out. And he goes to the bar, and the person hosting the event hits on him at the bar. And he's like, Jesus Christ, can't I just write a check? Why do I have to come to these things? And so when she comes out and goes to the table and he sees her ex harassing her, he's like, I don't know what it is, but he goes over and tells the guy that he's her boyfriend. Like, he initiates it. It's totally random. And then so they realize, she's like, I hope you realize what you did. And he's like, what? She goes, next weekend there's more events pertaining to this charity to try to raise more money. And he's like, you're kidding, I'm not going to that. And she goes, I'll just tell them that you were busy, just send somebody in your stead. But then like as the week goes on, he can't stop thinking about her. So of course he shows up to that weekend with her as well, and they have this whole backstory about how they met, how long they've been dating, whatever. And of course very quickly it turns into him really liking her. He doesn't want to pretend anymore. And so I'm like 60-ish% of the way through the book, and they've just like actually started dating instead of fake dating. But it's funny. And her ex, of course, is up to no good. Like, he has sued her family like 3 times already and lost, or it never got to like court. It was like smashed before it got to court. But he's trying to sue her again, saying that she purposely backed out of the spa deal, knowing that her cousin was gonna buy the building next to where her grandparents' shop was and make it a hotel, and that's why she backed out. This way her cousin wouldn't have to face, but it doesn't make sense because her cousin owns a hotel, not a spa. And she's got enough money that if she wanted, she could have invested in both, or she could have continued to invest in the spa they were going to open and just work for her cousin. Like, he's just pissed because he got caught and then lost out on what he figured he's owed. So he's going to keep going after them and after them and after them until, something crazy happens. But that's where book talk is. And we still have like 40 minutes. Shall we just call it early today? Or is there something else someone would like to do or talk about? Or we can look at sales. Target's having a sale. They have some Legos that are like 40% off, and they have some that are, let's talk about history. What kind of history? History is a broad subject. Carrot says I can talk about nothing and he will listen to me because he likes my voice. So I guess we can talk about whatever. What part of history? You want to talk about history, but you don't know what kind of history? History is a very broad. Chernobyl? Chernobyl's crazy, but we can look that up and talk about Chernobyl. Let me switch my thingy to web browsing and bring up a page and type in Chernobyl. I watched the 3 Mile Island disaster thing. It was not as bad as Chernobyl, obviously. My favorite period in history? Oh, I don't know. I don't have a favorite period, per se. I think murdering people way back when was a lot easier than it is today. And that's a weird thing to say. Chernobyl was horrible. I watched, like I said, the documentary. It wasn't really a documentary, but it was kind of a documentary on Netflix about the 3 Mile Island, and that was bad. But nowhere near as bad as Chernobyl. It happened in 1986, so I was like 3, maybe, depending on what time of year. But I mean, it's still radioactive today. Like the thing going on with Russia and the war they got going on right now. Some of the people were getting the toxicity, whatever. How do you want to put it? The radiation poisoning because they were getting too close to Chernobyl while they were fighting against the Ukraine. This is some talking about, kind of like about Russia getting, so Chernobyl happened in 1986 and was a result of a flawed reactor design that was operated with inadequately trained personnel. And so I know that some of the Russian soldiers were getting radiation poisoning from this thing they got going on with Ukraine because they were getting too close. That's what I'm talking about. Crazy. They were getting radiation poison and dying because they were like stationed at Chernobyl, which is still radioactive. Like the animals are still like, you know what I mean? Like the animals are still weird, like deer with 3 eyeballs and shit because they're radioactive animals. I'm trying to find a better thingy on it. Oh, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Why not? It says on April 26, 1986, a sudden surge of power during a reactor systems test destroyed Unit 4 of the nuclear power station at Chernobyl in the Ukraine, the former Soviet Union. The accident and the fire that followed released massive amounts of radioactive material into the environment. Uh, Emergency crews responding to the accident used helicopters to pour sand and boron on the reactor debris. The sand was to stop the fire and the additional release of radioactive materials. My guess is into the air because the sand would weigh it down and force it to not be airborne. And then the boron was used to prevent additional nuclear reactions, I guess, as like a, if something is acidic, you use a thing to a base, whatever, to react it or counteract it. A few weeks after the accident, the crews completely covered the damaged unit in a temporary concrete structure called the sarcophagus to limit further release of radioactive materials. The Soviet government also cut down and burned about a square mile of pine forest near the plant to reduce radioactive contamination at or near the site. I mean, it went pretty far. Like the original cloud, whatever, from, what does it say? Yeah, it's even worse because of the war. Yes, you may link a video. You sure can, and we can watch it. Yeah, to neutralize it. Yeah, if it was acidic, you would use a base to neutralize it. But yes, you may, Sky Beast. You can certainly share a video, and I will bring it up, and we can watch it. But it's crazy. And like, what was it? A couple years, all those influencers went over so they could take pictures and like be like, "Oh my god, I'm so cool! I'm at Chernobyl and doing videos." You're going to die. Yeah, like they didn't do things that could have stopped it. Like they knew if I did this, it would stop it or reduce the amount of damage, and they just chose not to do those things. Like they deliberately didn't do things that could have reduced/stopped it. But yes, Sky Beast, you may certainly post a link. It says we have ads in about a minute, but I can snooze them. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, like those fail safes were there for a reason, and they just chose to do whatever the hell they wanted, basically. Yeah, you can post the link in chat. It'll come through for me. I don't have it. I don't have links restricted. Mainly because of we get in these things where we just start showing each other all kinds of stuff. Let me pause this music so we can hear what they're saying. to wait till I can skip this.
Chernobyl is a city in the Ukraine located about 56 miles northeast of the capital, Kiev. Prior to the disaster and a subsequent evacuation, it was home to around 14,000 people. At that time, it was still part of the Soviet Union. The city was the location of the first ever nuclear power station to be built in the Ukraine, but on the 26th of April 1986, disaster struck when reactor number 4 exploded. The town is still home to around 690 people, although it's now somewhat of a ghost town, with animals occupying many abandoned buildings. Most of the residents live about 19 miles from the disaster site in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and surprisingly, international tourists flock to the area all the time. But what exactly happened in Chernobyl? That's what we'll find out today in this episode of the
Listen, there's no way I'm like, hey, let's go on a vacation. I know where we're going, Chernobyl.
infographic show, What Caused the Catastrophic Nuclear Accident in Chernobyl. As CNN reported in 2016, if you visit Chernobyl now as a tourist, you'll be taken on a strict guided tour of what was once a busy, if not small, city. Photographs show a place that has been frozen and overgrown, a kind of spooky remnant of a town where people once lived and worked, and where kids played on the now unused Ferris wheel. The explosion at the nuclear plant is rated as the worst nuclear disaster in the history of the world. Radioactive dust was sent far and wide, transported by winds as far as Sweden. The number of deaths directly related to the initial explosion is thought to be about 31, although the WHO reports that a further 50 deaths happened later as a result of massive exposure to radiation on the day. These deaths were mostly workers and rescue workers. 2 people died as a result of injuries suffered because of the blast of the explosion. The WHO further states that around 4,000 deaths in total can be attributed to radiation.
Yeah, me too, Kevin. Like Chernobyl, it's still very radioactive. But let's just go look. Or like the weirdest places, like this family of 17 people were murdered. Let's go visit it. Like, okay, people. Like, what is it about those type of places?
On the day of the disaster, thousands of people were exposed to high levels of radiation, with the WHO saying these people are at high risk of having cancer in their lifetime. Even the millions of people that lived miles away from the site in other parts of the Soviet Union were exposed to low levels of radionuclides, or atoms that...
It's not that bad as long as you're not in certain places for a prolonged amount of time. If you stay in certain places, like too close to the sarcophagi, even for like because there was a thing about people going and like an actual scientific documentary. Yeah, they were wearing PPE and they still only got to stay about a half an hour before their meters started going off.
Contain excess nuclear energy, and they too are more at risk regarding cancer. On top of that, many of those displaced suffered financially and psychologically, especially because some were never given sufficient information regarding the danger they had been exposed to. According to recent reports, areas at least 19 miles away from the accident site are mostly radiation-free, although some lakes and forest land are no-go areas or at least restricted to the public. In most areas, the problems are economic and psychological, not health or environmental, said Dr. Mikhail Balanov, a radiation expert and the scientific secretary of the Chernobyl Forum. So yes, this is now a tourist spot for those who want to see what a ghost town looks like. We looked at blogs written by travelers who have visited the exclusion zone. One of them wrote that when she was invited, she thought it was a joke, thinking like many people that visiting such a place was too dangerous. She wrote that in the absence of people, the area has once again become home to wandering bears, wild horse, deer, foxes, wolves, and dogs. Lots of stray dogs.
That's what I've heard, lots of stray dogs.
Not to touch things or eat or drink while on the tour, the radiation levels are checked by your guide throughout the visit. I felt like I was walking through a horror-themed park, she said of an abandoned kindergarten, saying dolls were still hanging around. Anyway, you get the picture. Now let's talk about what happened on that fateful day. Okay, so according to the World Nuclear Association, this is how it went down. We will try and explain it as clearly as we can because it's not all that simple if you don't work as a nuclear power engineer. The workers at Chernobyl Reactor 4 were performing a test to see if the turbines could provide enough energy to keep the coolant pumps running if there was a loss of power, and if they could keep them running until the emergency diesel generator kicked in. They'd done this test before, but the tests had been unsuccessful. They turned down the reactor to 25% of its capacity, but a problem arose when the power plummeted to 1%. They then tried to increase the power, but what ensued was a massive power surge. The reactor's emergency shutdown failed. One engineer had wanted to abort the test, but was told by a senior to carry on. The reactor then became even more unstable. This caused considerable pressure, and according to one step-by-step report one engineer witnessed, the 1.5-ton blocks atop the fuel channels of the upper biological shield began jumping up and down, and you could feel the shock waves through the building structure. What did he do then? Of course, he ran for it, down a series of steps to report what he had seen to others. The pumps failed. There was no water flow, and the reactor started to make loud noises. As another website tells us about the sudden increase in power, a peculiarity of the design of the control rods caused a dramatic power surge as they were inserted into the reactor. Hot fuel combined with cool water created a massive steam that couldn't escape and caused lots of pressure. This lifted a 1,000-ton
Yeah, the
lift,
city
and
not
here we
bad,
have
but the power
start of
plant is
radiation.
still bad.
Air got into the reactor and caused a graphite fire. A second explosion happened when hydrogen was formed by hot water steam contacting zirconium. This was a much bigger explosion than the first, and it threw debris everywhere. Power went out, except for battery-powered lighting. The air was filled with dust. One man died, and his body was encased in all the debris. Burning fuel started fires everywhere, and radiation was cast into the atmosphere. All the internal phone lines went down, and workers fled from the scene. Firefighters arrived, apparently unaware of the danger they were in due to the radiation leak. One even joked about it, saying, "There must be an incredible amount of radiation here. We'll be lucky if we're still alive in the morning." He was kidding, but he wasn't far off. As one woman explained, the next day she found out there had been a fire, but the kids still played, they went to school, people still milled around in the street, even though, she said, all the roads were covered in water and some white liquid, everything was white and foamy. She added that she wasn't told about the danger of radiation, stating, about radiation, that radioactivity was escaping,
Yes.
was not a word. The reactor was filled with water, but then flooding was a problem. After that, for days, thousands of tons of clay, sand, boron, and dolomite were dropped by helicopter into the burning reactor to quell the fire, but also to try and prevent the spread of radiation. For 10 days, a large amount of radioactive substances pervaded the air, most of it falling as dust into nearby areas, but smaller particles spread far and wide carried by the wind. We all know what happened next. We should add that there are numerous scientific theories as to exactly what happened that day, and this is just a basic summary of the most widely held belief. Hopefully, something like this never happens again. So, would you ever consider visiting Chernobyl? Tell us why or why not in the comments.
So, 3 Mile Island is kind of the same. Their explosion happened during a test as well. They were running a test, and then something went wrong, and then 3 Mile Island happened. Yes, and like still today, a lot of people that were around, and subsequently like kids and stuff that were around when 3 Mile happened, a lot of them got cancer from the radiation. They're all different types of cancer. And like babies that were born were not quite right. They had all kinds of issues. And I imagine it's the same way near Chernobyl too.
Miko Mini might be small, but it's packed full of fun.
Good nights give unbeatable protection.
I don't want to
against
play
bed
soon.
weather.
I want to skip
Awesome days
ads.
Start with good nights.
It is playing from start. No, it didn't play from the beginning. Oh, I thought I did. Whew. Okay, well, it's playing from the beginning now. What was it when they were testing the atomic bomb? Soldiers um were near it, like like Navy. They'd be in the boats out in the water, and like the initial testing of it, and then a lot of them got cancer, or if they came back home then and had children, there were all kinds of things wrong with their children um during the testing of the atomic bomb and stuff like that. Radiation is supposed to be one of the worst ways you can die. I imagine they are all buried in lead coffins for fear of like contaminating the ground around them with the radiation from their bodies. Have a good day, crazy. Yeah, there's always one like super crazy person. Like somebody once realizes something's not right, that stop this test before something goes really wrong. And that guy's like high up on the chain and he's like, nope, no, we're gonna keep doing it. It doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter this is what you're trained with, that this is what you deal with, and that I really don't know anything about it but the bare minimum. We're gonna keep doing it. And then something like crazy like this happens. I'd say that's not enough, but a prison in Russia is pretty bad. Like it wouldn't be enough here in prison, but a Russian gulag is a whole nother can of worms. Take this pile of rock and move it to the left, okay? And the next day move it back to the right. But we just moved it from there yesterday. I know, there's no purpose. Just move the rocks back and forth. I mean, 20 years of that probably still isn't enough, but at least he wasn't living a cushy lifestyle, that's for sure. It's crazy how their hospitals don't even have names. It's just hospital number 6. Right? I mean, technically it was a life sentence. It was just his life. The length of his life, or I guess technically longer than his life, but yes. It's horrible. But yeah, it I mean, there's always some upper management guy who thinks he knows better, even though he doesn't actually have any like proper training. He has just like a very basic overview. He doesn't know really what's needed in kind of like a situation like this, but because he's management, he knows. And then you wind up with some catastrophic event. Okay, let's see who else is on so we can prepare to raid. Let's see. Lightning Builder is doing a Giving Tuesday. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't hear about this Giving Tuesday thing till like earlier this morning. As some ad I was looking at or some show, they were like, it's Giving Tuesday. I was like, what the hell is Giving Tuesday? Yeah, like he was just given a little bit of oversight ability, and yeah, given charge, like saying that it was his fault. So let's see if I click this, if it'll list him as one of the people. It does. That's good. Because I'm always worried I'm going to type their name in wrong. Let's see how long he's been on, though. Oh, not long.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to
Right. Technically higher ranking, but he was like the person at the time. So they're like, we're going to blame you. But yes, it's always crazy how like the people who don't actually do the job but are overseeing the people who do the job sometimes think that they know what's better in like a critical situation, or even what is not currently a critical situation but has the potential to be a critical situation. Okay, let's see if that ad thingy is over. Like 30 more seconds. Okay. Anyway, I hope you had fun here today in what is usually chaos. From one thing to the next, we bounce around from sales to building to some diamond art, and in this case today, a little science lesson thingy. But hopefully you had fun and want to come back. Um, we I'll be streaming again on Friday, and we'll be starting um yeah, we just kind of let whatever happens from one thing to the next. Sometimes I go on mini rants, sometimes I stand on my soapbox, but that's a whole nother subject. But yes, Friday I'm gonna go to my ending streamy thing while I guess let's do it this way. That's what I was waiting for. See, like I don't even know what I'm doing. It looks like Lightning Builder's currently like on his be right back screen, so maybe he just quick ran to go to the bathroom or something. But his or her, I forget. But Friday I will be streaming, and we will get to open. Where did I put it? It's somewhere. The first day of our advent calendar. It is not a Lego advent calendar, but it is a brick building one. I found it on Amazon, and now I can't find it. Children. I blame my children. They probably moved it. Anyway, it is a brick building. So my plan is to only open them on stream. So like Friday's the first, so I'll open the first box. And then when I stream on Sunday, I'll open window, whatever you call it, 2 and 3, and so on and so forth through Christmas. But this one is a little different than like the Lego ones. So you obviously 24 days, right? But you can also take days 1 through 6 and take them apart and build something bigger with them, and then 7 through 30, so on and so forth. So that's why I liked that one better, and I would show you again, but like I said, I don't know where it ran away to. Like, did I put it on top of somewhere? I have a habit of moving things around and then losing them, which is apparently what I've done. uh you're welcome. Thank you for sharing the links. I'm nerdy. I like to learn. But yes, so that will be starting our advent calendar on Friday, and our first winter holiday / Christmas, if you celebrate the holiday or not, build then. And I love science. I love just all kinds of overall knowledge about all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know why I do. I just do. I'm a nerd. But That's. Oh, I typed it right. Raid Lightning Builder. You know, I have tried twice to co-stream with my husband because he streams too, and I have yet to figure out how to do it right. Like, I don't know. I don't do something right. And then, but yes, if I could figure out how to co-stream, I would love for you to come on and talk about science. I'm a nerd. I love to learn all kinds of stuff. Let's see if I typed that in right. No, of course I didn't. Fine, I'll do it from here. Start raid. Mwahaha. Yes, I did it right. But so that is our plan. I will be back on Friday with our first holiday. I don't even know. I have like 5 sets over here for Christmas / winter holiday. 6 if you count the one free gift. I don't know what I do. I'm not doing something correct. That's for sure. Let's go to my ending screen. But yes, we will. I do not have a Discord server. I am on Discord. You are the second person this stream who has asked if I had a Discord server. So maybe I will work on that this week too. I hadn't started one because I'm not very good at the whole social media thing. Like for my blog, it's a copy pasta. So I just share sales I find, books I like, and things like that. But I am not very good at social media, so I didn't have a Discord server. Plus, I figured everybody and their grandma has one. So I didn't. And like I said, I didn't start on Discord as for this. So this is my name on Discord because I had originally started it because of blog stuff. I guess I could create a different account, but I hate doing that. Okay, we're rating. Have a great day.